Hello guys, this is Vysh. So today is episode 2 of the new year 2022. We did January 1 and then January 2 was a Sunday. So there is no editorial. Now January 3, Monday's editorial we'll go through. Okay, so in case you are new to this channel, please see to it that you are connected with us in WhatsApp. Number is given here, Instagram is given here, email is given here, Facebook is there, YouTube is there. Please see to it that you are connected to me at least through one of these means. Okay, because I'll be directly replying wherever you message in these places. Okay. And about today's articles, you have to know that everything is not important. Always in a normal weekday, Monday to Friday, at least 7 to 8 articles will be there in an editorial 2 pages. But in that, only 2 or 3 will be important for your exam, or it will be repetitive. Others will be repetitive. Okay. So we'll see how and why, which is important, and what we'll discuss today. So first one, if you see fair and safe, this is about the elections. Okay. You know, in Punjab, Goa, Manipur, Uttarakhand, UP, all these places, elections are going to happen in the coming months. So about that, election commission is taking the steps, and because of COVID, they are not going to postpone. They will be conducting it on time. That kind of general things are told here. Okay, so you have to go and do the static part of it from your home. Okay, when you do your books or polity books and all, you have to go see that what is model code of conduct or what is elections. Like, you know, model code of conduct first happened in an informal way in 1960 in Kerala. Okay, later in 1962 it started getting formalizing, and by the 1990s and all, it became a regular process. Okay, so that history of model code of conduct and all, if you should know. Okay, if you are joined our prelims or mains test series, you will get detailed notes of it, but else you have to research yourself. Then this representation of people act, about which UPSC keeps asking questions, that are difficult questions every year. So these are the static part of which you have to go and research. Okay, because in the newspaper article nothing will be there. Okay, so this is about the first article, which we will not discuss because it is just about the elections. Second one, if you see this, if you see this one, okay, patchwork policy, you know, this textile sector, they had a plan. New year they had to like raise it, I think from 5% to 12% or 12% to 18%, something like GST. They were planning to raise it. Okay, but then later it was dropped now. Okay, so that is why it is telling this patchwork has not worked. Okay, so now again in that article nothing is there, but what you have to go and study for your prelims and mains is like what is textile sector, what is its contribution to GDP. I think like after agriculture sector, textile is the one which gives the most number of jobs to people. So that kind of data you have to know. Then competition, like which countries are competing, you know, it's Bangladesh or whatever is in the eastern side of India, those are very good competitors. Okay, they are surpassing India in textile sector. Even though India has huge potential, they are doing better than us. So that kind of things for your main answer you have to know. Then what is technical textile, because that in 2021 prelims also it was asked. So what is the technical textile you have to know. Then there are schemes related to this textiles. Okay, the summer scheme is there, ATUFS is there, then technical parks are there, SITP. Then this northeast related one scheme is there, NERTPS. Then there are many more things. Okay, there's power techs, and there are many things which the Ministry of Power does, Ministry of Textiles does. They collaborate and do. So these are the extra statistics you have to study. I am telling you this as a new initiative because people are thinking that just by reading newspapers or watching some regular video you will get everything. These things, which is the static part, okay, these are already covered in all our test series, current affair magazines, schemes test, everywhere is there. Today also I'll show you 2-3 MCQs from where all these things can be solved. Okay, so you have to do that hard work. Okay, because only those people are going to clear this exam. Okay, so these two articles, as I told, these are the static part you have to study. In article nothing is there. Okay, now if you see in this, one more term is there, inverted duty structure I have mentioned here. So inverted duty structure is a term when you see, like, suppose how does this textile sector work. Like, suppose it starts with cotton, raw cotton will be there, then spinning will happen, it will become yarn, then after that it will be weaving, and then you will get the fabric. After that you will do this dyeing and coloring and all these things. Finally on the t-shirt will reach in the market. Okay, so inverted duty structure or tax structure means the output thing. Okay, if you see here, when the tax paid on the inward supply is higher than the tax payable on outward supply, meaning the people who make this thing, right, the factory people and all, they have to invest more because they have huge tax also to pay for each of the raw materials to buy and all those processing which they have to do. But finally when customer buys that t-shirt or whatever, that time the tax is less, so the company will not get much in return. Okay, so that thing, that is called inverted tax structure. Okay, the inward thing is higher than the tax on the outward thing. Okay, that simple thing is called inverted tax structure. So in textile sector that is there, that is why they wanted to raise the thing, but now it is again dropped or postponed for some time. Okay, I hope you got the idea of inverted duty structure. These are economic terms which in my economics test already it is covered. Okay, now the next article, if you see, this one is a state related thing. Telangana, the Hyderabad, the new metro related some projects are there, multimodal transport projects are there. It's all out of track, it's not happening on time, because that time when it was announced, it was like, I think the second largest network or something which they announced. But now many other things, if you see Lucknow and here and there, many new metros have been announced and is almost completed also. So that way Hyderabad's that all credibility is going down. Okay, so about that they have written an article. And this is about the vaccine status, like day by day status they're telling. Because initially we had a target by December end, we'll vaccinate everyone, double dose. But I think only now 64% or 70% is achieved. So about that, this Hindu people will take and criticize it, because even though you should know 60% means Indian population is very big number, okay, and that too completely free vaccines are given. So it's a big achievement already if we have done this much at least. But instead of appreciating that, they're criticizing here about the numbers. So that is what is happening in this box, not important. Okay, now if you see this one, this also is not important because this is Pakistan's news article. Okay, about Pakistan, what is happening? You know, Pakistan is always a problematic country where military is ruling everything. The government has no power there. Everything is decided by them. They invest a lot of money in this Kashmir issue, terrorism. Else, if they had invested properly in somewhere, they would have reached a like a much developed state by now. Okay, but because they mix this religion and this over taking of the lands and all these kind of unwanted things, and also they keep copying India. Okay, like India does something in space, they also want to do in space. India does something in nuclear, they also want to do in nuclear. They don't have their own ideology. They are just feeding on the funds from here and there, and now those countries itself have stopped funding them. Okay, only China is their kind of true friend now. So that problems are there. So now they are trying to make a big policy 2022 to 2026, a huge policy kind of thing they are going to do, so to bring out changes. And a very interesting thing is they are bringing a national security policy. Okay, complete meaning economic security or everything. Okay, because now you know the funds, everything is going to the military, and they are putting it in terrorism. All those things are happening there. So now a security policy, so budgets will have to go there and all. But here the article they are telling, like, the NSP cannot change Pakistan's direction, meaning there whatever you bring in paper, nothing is going to get implemented, and military is again still going to rule over that country. So that is what is in detail written in this article. Else it is not important for you. Okay, for you extra studies or research, as I told, I have to tell you, you have to go and see what is CPEC. Okay, the China Pakistan Economic Corridor, from where it starts in China, where it goes in ending in Pakistan, where it passes through India. So that CPEC you have to know. Then Kashmir issue. Okay, because that is one thing which is always in news. Okay, so you have to know for prelims sake and main sake whatever is needed. Okay, that is extra thing you have to study, which is not there in the article. Now the next one, if you see, this is a scheme. So Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana, it is not a new scheme. From 2017 it is there. So this I put in green because this we will discuss. Okay, because this is a very good scheme, and but the problem is now it is not having or not reaching the beneficiaries properly. Okay, so this one we will discuss, and then this one, if you see, is the foreign policy of 2021. General. Okay, it's not like specific to one country. India is like dealing with Afghanistan, with China, with Russia, with USA. So general, what all happened in 2021. A summary kind of bullet points are there. So we'll see here. Okay, and this one, if you see the crypto one, again in detail there is nothing much to discuss. They are again telling that crypto is very problematic thing, and the government is confused whether we should legalize it or not. So that kind of thing. Okay, whether crypto has underlying value or whether it is equal to gold or land. Should we make it like a public asset and private asset separately? Meaning there are public currencies which government issue, then there are private currency which crypto people issue. Should we have that? Okay, so that's simply a viewpoint they have taken, but there is no conclusion to it. Okay, so still one slide I will discuss. So these three green color articles what we'll discuss in detail. Hope the agenda for today is clear. Okay, now as I told, if you are new to this channel, please understand that complete YouTube lectures are free. Okay, there's nothing like you have to particularly pay for a playlist or anything like that. You have to, when you like a playlist, okay, like suppose economics you watched or history you watched, then you should go and see the playlist section, like what all other things we teach, because there are n number of playlists. Okay, and about current affairs also, even if editorial does not come, okay, because in December month we couldn't do the editorial, that time also every day in this Vysh courses channel, all the important news articles were being covered. Okay, very interesting things we are doing, and it's all less than 10-minute video. Okay, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, even there is a 2-minute series playlist is there. So please go and watch all this, because without this your prelims is going to be tough, because it is going in very detailing. Okay, the prelims exam UPSC question paper is very detailed now, and unless you know these factual things, you will not be able to solve it. Okay, how much ever magazines you do or you download materials from here and there, toppers notes, it is not going to help. You have to know that daily events which is happening in the news item. Okay, so please subscribe to this Vysh courses channel also. Okay, and these are the different playlists. So as I told, if you like this, please go and check the R.S. Sharma also. If you like R.S. Sharma, go and check the Nitin Singhani also. Everything is done by different faculty, and it is there in both English and Hindi. If you see polity English and Hindi, environment English and Hindi, NCERT English and Hindi, geography. The economics in Hindi is there. English we might be launching within 1 or 2 months. Okay, it's the work is going on in the background. Okay, so please see to it that you are watching it, you're putting a like and comment, because if you don't comment, we think that okay, you don't like this playlist and it's no longer required. So we ask the teacher to okay, stop that, we'll do something else. That is how the playlists are getting halted. So please go and comment and like under each video you watch. Okay, and these are the MCQ things. MCQ will continue when the prelims is nearing. Okay, because now there is no point stuffing lot of MCQs into you. Okay, because you should ideally join a test series and do it in a scheduled way, weekly with your studies, not like watch random videos. So finally, with the revision kind of videos will come towards the prelims exam. Okay, and these are the editorial related doubts, like how useful it will be, this series. So pause and read this. Now, the first article, as I told, PM Matru Vandana Yojana. Okay, so this, if you see, this is the thing which came in Hindu today. This graph, if you see this blue color, this is going down like this. Okay, but if you see in Odisha and Telangana, they have their own customized kind of scheme of the same thing that is going constantly, since, and that has more beneficiary compared to this PM Matru Vandana Yojana. Okay, so that percentage wise, okay, they are doing better. So that comparison is what we'll discuss today. Okay, and this background, if you see, schemes and policy, our test series is there. In that, there is a question on that. Okay, which are the following are true about PM Matru Vandana Yojana? It was initially called the Indira Gandhi Matrutva Sahyog Yojana. It is applicable for the first live child birth only. It comes under the Ministry of Women and Child Development. It is being implemented under the National Food Security Mission 2007. So in this, which of the following are true? Like 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4. What is the correct answer? So here, if you see the answer, it is 1, 2, 3 only, because it's not implemented under National Food Security Mission, but it is working under the provisions which is there in National Food Security Act. Okay, you should know both are two different things. Okay, one is for the increasing production of the grains and all, and one is for giving the grains to the people. Okay, so that you should know which one is which. National Food Security Mission is different, National Food Security Act is different. Okay, so here the remaining three are true. Okay, it is for the first live child only, and it is initially called the Indira Gandhi Matrutva Sahyog Yojana, and it is coming under the Ministry of Women and Child. So this is a just a half a page I showed. There are more 1.5 page explanation for this question. Like that, schemes and policy, all the schemes in the last 5 years, whatever is done by this government, will be there in my test series. Okay, it's a guaranteed thing, but you have to enroll to the test series, because that is the only thing we keep as paid. Remaining lectures all are free. But MCQs, we are giving you 10,000 plus MCQ, okay, which is the highest in this country. Nobody else is giving you this much MCQ. You go to any test series, they'll give you maximum 30 test or 40 test, out of which also 5 to 10 will be CSAT test, okay, or it will be repetitive questions. But we give you 10,000 unique MCQ, which will surely help you clear the prelims. Okay, so see to it that you contact us and get that test series thing. This is another question which is shown because there are similar named schemes. Okay, if you see this, Janani Suraksha Yojana, then PM Matrutva Suraksha Yojana, Janani Shishu Suraksha Karyakram, then PM Swasthya Suraksha Yojana. If you see these many things in 2017-18 schemes came out, that people got confused. And that year, 2017-18 prelims also, I remember, lot of questions came also, which was confusing. So clearly, to understand the difference between the schemes, I have put this question. Okay, explanations are there. Whoever has enrolled will get the PDF. But you people who are watching this video, at least read this and see what is the exact difference between these similarly named schemes. Okay, here all are true. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 are true. So just pause and see what is the difference between these 4 schemes. And Matrutva Vandana we are discussing is another one. Okay. Now, India, you know, the population is very high. So the childbirth obviously will be like 1/5 of the total world childbirth is happening in India only. Okay, but equally we have the maternal mortality rate also. The mothers are dying in the birth time. Okay, so that time, if you see 113 per 1 lakh live birth is the statistics. Okay, again new will come when the new census and all these things come. New numbers will come, but this is around the rough estimate. Okay, so 2017 government rolled out this good scheme where money will be given, cash incentive will be given to the mothers. Okay, pregnant women, that too directly in the bank account or the post office account. Okay, so that will be only for the first living child of the family. Okay, for the first birth, 5,000 rupee cash incentive will be given. That too, I don't think it's given together. It's like 1,000 is given first when you register the pregnancy, then after 2,000 is given when 6 months of pregnancy, then 2,000 is given at the final when the child is born and child is given vaccine, first vaccine something. Okay, it's like that 5,000 is given. Okay, so now in this article, why it is going down, why the beneficiaries are not reaching it, what can be done, futuristic steps, that is what is being discussed. Okay, so it is aimed at improving health seeking behavior and to compensate for wage loss for pregnant women, particularly in the unorganized sector. Okay, because they daily wage they are working. Suddenly, when this pregnancy and all happens, they may not be able to go for work. It's not like you get a pension or anything extra benefits. You are not going to get paid leave kind of concept and all. They don't have. So that is why this kind of scheme was launched, so that they get at least 5,000 to take care of their expenses. Okay, so the performance of the scheme has been now deficient. Okay, the numbers are going down. I'll show you exact numbers also. So if you see, around 2.1 crore women nationally has been till now covered. Okay, and around 8,000 crore has been disbursed in the last 3-4 years. 2017 it started, so in the last 4 years this much money has been put in. Okay, but again the target beneficiaries, they are not increasing. It is like the same happening, or it's happening below the target. Okay, like if suppose 128.7 lakh women, pregnant women are there, only 40% of those eligible population, that is 51.7 lakh people, they are coming under the beneficiaries. Okay, only they have got it. Remaining people have not got the benefits of the scheme. Okay, so there is an exclusion error of at least 60%. Okay, because only 40% people are getting the scheme. Okay, this is the data provided by Ministry of Women and Child Development. And in 2021 also, more than 50% of these people who registered, they did not get the installments on time. Okay, this we saw in that Manrega scheme time also, when we were discussing that the funds, okay, the government is maybe allocating fund, but it's not reaching the people, or maybe it's not reaching on time, so people are not happy with that. Okay, so that is the reason the enrollment under the scheme also is dropped by 9%. Okay, because people are not enrolling because they are hearing that they are not getting the timely money. Okay, so then why should they enroll to it? Okay, so again, if you see the budget, the problem now happened is there is something called Samatha Scheme. Okay, this which is a new thing which Women and Child Development Ministry did recently, that they clubbed all the schemes into three major sectors. Okay, three major schemes. So what happened is the fund also got squeezed. Okay, so if you see here, the overall budget of this Samatha is around 2522 crore. Okay, which is actually equivalent to the budget of the Matruta Yojana alone in the previous financial. Meaning this scheme, when it was alone, it used to get this much crore. But now when it is clubbed under some bigger scheme, that full overall scheme is getting only that much. Okay, so obviously this will get lesser share. Okay, so that I'll show you in a table format. Okay, this is a 2021 March PIB article. Okay, here if you see the Ministry of Women and Child Development, all their schemes are classified under three umbrella schemes now: Mission Poshan 2.0, Mission Vatsalya, and Mission Shakti. Okay, so three schemes under Ministry of Women and Child Development, and under these only all will come. That again I'll show you. So here if you see under this thing, Portion 2, all these Anganwadi services, this adolescent girl, this creche scheme, all these things will be under this one. Okay, and around this much crores are there. And here if you see Mission Vatsalya, child protection services and child welfare services. Then again if you see Mission Shakti, under this the Samarthya, under this the Pradhan Mantri Matra Vandana Yojana, along with Beti Bachao and all these things. So obviously, you know, when this used to be alone, it used to get huge budget. Okay, 2000 crore, 3000 crore and all. But now the overall Mission Shakti is getting only 3000 crore. Okay, so these numbers can change from year to year. So you have to look at the economic survey. So I hope you understood the point. Now it is under a sub scheme, which is already a sub scheme under another thing. So totally the budget has been cut short. That is the point. But these schemes, please by heart it. Now, again, in the states level, if you see, when the center did this scheme, at the state level, Orissa, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, they had their own versions of it. Like if you see, this Mamata 2021 was there, and this KCR kit was there in Telangana, and they were giving this baby oil, soap, mosquito, meaning fund is given for all these things. Okay, they had this Muthulakshmi Reddy maternity benefit scheme. So these are all state level things, and they have increased coverage and higher maternity benefits. Okay, they are giving the cash also, and they are giving a lot of other things also, and they are giving for 2 live birth also. If you see the central one, is giving only for the first child. Okay, so that is also a problem. So this one, the central scheme shows poor performance with a 52% drop in the number of beneficiaries covered, while Mamta showcased a 57% increase in the women. Okay, so here it is increase and central it is decrease. Okay, so that is what center has to now learn from the Orissa government or the Telangana government. Okay, so that we'll see. So steps to take. As a conclusion, you have to always end with positive note. So you have to extend the maternity benefit to the second live birth. This is the first thing. Okay, because the predecessor scheme, right, the Indira Gandhi scheme, that was actually applicable to 2 live birth. So that is why this also has to extend to 2 live birth. Okay, then the amount, there should be an increase in the maternity benefit amount, because 5,000 when they started that time in 2017 it was okay. Now inflation, now the cost, everything is increased. So the everything, okay, people cannot afford the out of pocket expense and all is huge during pregnancy. So 5,000 is not enough, though they are telling around I think here 15,000 has to be given as per the calculation, latest calculation. Okay, if you see Maternity Benefit Act, 12 weeks of maternity leave, so that much time, how much money they need to spend, all these things if you calculate, you need at least 15,000 rupees should be given to the lactating and pregnant mothers. Okay, because in Manrega scheme and all, one day if you don't go to work itself, 1 month if you don't go to work itself, 5,000 you are losing. So 1 month loss 5,000, and 1 year fully you are giving 5,000. That is not enough. Okay, so that is why 15,000 is a correct amount, and so these two things the government has to consider. And also the process has to be simplified, because whenever they apply for this, there is a registration form in which you have to give many documents. Okay, this husband's Aadhaar card, this passbook, registration form, every time in each of the installment time you have to present all these things, documents, and that is why most of the applications are getting delayed or rejected or staying as pending. Okay, so simplification maybe can help them. Okay, and then you have to increase the awareness also, because as I told, every beneficiary is not even aware that such a scheme is there, or when you have to go and submit the form, when you have to apply, these things are not there. So awareness you have to increase to improve the coverage. Okay, so overall when you end an answer, you should connect it to the global thing also. Like there is a sustainable development goal. We have to improve the health conditions, especially maternal health. So for that, we are doing the right steps. Like there is this Poshan Abhiyan is there, and there is this National Maternity Benefit Scheme is there. New 2021 bill has come. All these things are the right initiative by the center, and we should again cut short all the drawbacks. Okay, and we should take this thing. Okay, drawing lessons from states such as Orissa. Then only your design, implementation, everything will be revisited and target can be achieved. Okay, this is a proper mains answer you can write by just studying this whatever I taught you. Okay. Now, the second one, India's 2021 foreign policy. Okay, so here if you to see the first line itself, the remarkable hyper activism of Indian foreign policy will be the legacy of 2021. Okay, because this COVID time, everyone were doing the behind laptops. Okay, if you see, diplomacy has retreated behind laptops, but our India's external affairs minister S Jaishankar, you would have seen like he is going everywhere. He would have traveled almost every country, meeting USA's new president. He is going to Japan. He is going Israel. He is going everywhere. Okay, he's traveling and shaking hands with people and then attending meetings, and so it has been a little bit of a hyperactive kind of person. Okay, so that is actually a good thing. That is what they are telling. Okay. This is an interesting line. The pandemic turned the wind of change into a whirlwind, and it became necessary for nations to move fast, even to stay in their positions. Okay, meaning not to achieve something great, but at least to stand ground, to stay in your same position, you had to have struggle a lot because the pandemic had changed everything. Okay, luckily India had a decisive prime minister and a seasoned diplomat as an external affairs minister. So that is why the challenging times were kind of taken care. Okay, this is the introduction part of this passage. Okay, so if you see here, President Donald Trump changed and the Joe Biden came. So that is a big thing which the entire world suddenly had to deal with, because the entire policy, okay, because one is Republic Party, one is Democratic Party, the entire policy changed. Okay, US policy. So everyone had to fight with it. Okay, but in front of COVID, if you see pandemic, if you see, it's a small issue only, but still it is a major thing which everybody had to deal with. So India in between also, even though being called as a pharmacy of the world, had to face different bad comments also, like because there were like floating dead bodies and unattended funeral pyres. So because of that, the credibility of India was also going down. So this kind of mixed kind of things were happening. Okay, and every country was running behind vaccines, medicines, masks, sanitizer. This is what is happening across the globe. So we'll see what India was dealing with. Okay, India's biggest thing was dealing with China. Okay, because China was moving in, like yesterday also I discussed, Arunachal Pradesh borders, they are coming forward, Ladakh borders, they are coming forward. So the line of actual control which we have, LAC, that was being violated. Okay, so India is investing their time and money, and in between all this pandemic, China is doing all this, and India had to deal with that also. Okay, a lot of money and all. So here the author is telling much of the time for dialogue with others must have been spent on establishing the rationale of our position on the border, meaning there's no point talking to China and wasting time on dialogues and meetings. You should have worked on the borders more, like building roads, building bridges, and moving the army there, getting everything ready. So that is the better thing, and that also India has done, I think, to a limit, because we see a lot of bridges and roads getting inaugurated every month or so. So that is also happening. Okay, now another problem, this is China issue. Second issue is Afghanistan. Taliban took over in August 15, I think, August 15, 2021, and after that India had to take a stand, like whether we should support what America did. Like Americans, after 20 years, they went out of Afghanistan, and that is when Taliban captured it. So India was actually the sole defender of Americans. Okay, because others like Pakistan, China, Iran, Russia, everybody were telling like it was a wrong decision. You spoiled everything there. Taliban took over, and they are all doing their own agenda also, that you should know, because Russia, everybody has went and failed in Afghanistan. Okay, once upon a time, and Pakistan also is always getting a chance to blame India. They will do that. Okay, China also is kind of that one. So that is what is happening. So bringing more civility to the Taliban in Kabul became a high priority. For whom? For these people. The Pakistan, China, Taliban, there is an axis. Okay, they are like openly meeting, they're having discussions. So they have to show that Taliban is not like now bad. It is now working for the people. They are having a proper civilized life there. So that they had high priority, and they were trying to do that. Okay. And Prime Minister and the External Affairs Minister of India appeared either in person or on virtual platforms. Priority was given to Afghanistan and anti-terrorism. Okay, so wherever they went, rather than telling about China's thing and all, they were vocal for the Afghan issue also. Okay, so that's a good thing what we did. Then about climate change also, India went, and this is all about India's foreign policy. Okay, in climate change terms also, India, first they opposed the matter of this net zero emission. Like we cannot do that now. We are developing phase now. We cannot do that. But later, in the Prime Minister came up with that 5 goals, Panchamrit goal and all, and by 2070 we'll achieve net zero emission. That came because India also had to succumb to the pressure. Okay, so that happened, And Prime Minister also called India as the mother of democracy, because there were many people telling like India's democracy is being like harmed. Here people have no voice, everybody are suppressed, minorities are being suppressed. So that kind of things are there. So Prime Minister went and cleared out that also, that here everybody has equal thing, everything, we are the mother of democracy. That kind of speeches also he did. Okay. And then what made Indian diplomacy hectic during the year was a distinct change of style of openness and readiness to deal with friends and foes alike, meaning the friends and enemies you are meeting in the same way. Okay, you are going and making friends everywhere. That can be problematic sometimes. Okay, like here if you see with USA, we had lot of detailed meeting. Okay, then the quad meeting is there, where US, Japan, Australia, India is there, and then we have this Australia, UK, US kind of nexus. Then in the western side, we have made a western quad, where again India, USA is there along with Israel and UAE. Okay, so these are prelims related things you should know. Western quad, what it is, AUK, US, what it is, quad, what it is. So India went and made friendship with everyone equally. Okay, so when something happens, you don't know which side to take. Okay, so that kind of thing is there. And here if you see, United Nations, a very unique thing happened. For the first time, an Indian Prime Minister chaired the debate which happened in the Security Council. Okay, UNSC, India is not a member. India want to become the UNSC permanent member. And at that time, when Prime Minister is given such a big position to be the mediator kind of thing in that debate, it's a very good step. Okay, so maybe in future we can get into the permanent 5. Okay, which will become obviously permanent 6 or 7 if India gets added. So that is there. Okay, then again India took up all the issues, anything which is very important, like maritime security, peacekeeping, anti-terrorism, everything which is futuristic problems, India have raised in every forum which they have gone. Okay, then India's diplomatic capabilities and its commitment to the UN were demonstrated yet again. Okay, so they have been interfering in the right issues. Also, Myanmar, Myanmar, there is this again this military rule kind of thing, and this Aung San Suu Kyi, okay, the prime minister there is now in jail, meaning in kind of house arrest kind of thing. So that person is there in trouble. So India's foreign minister visited Myanmar, and India wanted to engage in that and then solve the problem there. Why? Because else China will come and take over there. Okay, because China is looking for wherever problem is there and then giving fund or giving whatever support they need. So India first, before China, India went and tried to involve in that. Okay, so that's also a good sign which happened. Now the engagement with China and the Russian thing also is also going on parallel. Okay, so if you know, USA is not in good terms with China and Russia now, but still India is in good terms with USA also. India is good terms with Russia also. Okay, because America has something called CAATSA. This I want you to tell in comment section what is CAATSA. Okay, there's a full form for it. This is something where the US people will tell like you should not deal with our enemies. Okay, so like it will tell to India that you should not deal in dollars, you should not buy anything from Russia, because we are not in good terms with them. Okay, so this, if you see, S-400 missiles India had ordered from Russia, and India, even though America told this, India, without listening to that, went and took from Russia, and I think they dealt with the Russian currency and Indian currency, because dollars only they told don't use it. Okay, so India used their own currency and did the transaction, and they have got the S-400 missiles. So that kind of thing, India is going and having friendship with everyone. And India attended the Shanghai Cooperation also, in which there is Pakistan is there, China is there, now Iran is also latest member. So everybody are there. So India equally is meeting everyone. Okay, even Russia, India, China trilateral meeting also happened. So these are the different kind of foreign policies which India did. And if you see the negative things or the things which is now not kind of solvable, one is the China's issue. Okay, which I told they are coming forward, and one is the Afghanistan issue, because how much ever humanitarian assistance, everything you do, the problem cannot be solved by India. Okay, India cannot go and put military there. India is not going to go for war there. They are not going to fight against Taliban directly. Okay, so these two issues are something which in future will remain kind of same for years to come. Okay, Chinese issue and the Afghanistan issue. That is how they conclude this article. Okay, so the last one, just one slide I'll show you, the cryptocurrency one which I showed. The cryptocurrency, it's like a private thing. It is like there is no regulation, there is no RBI or any central government there. It is happening completely secretly. So if it is made legal, okay, then there will be like invisible transactions with serious implications like crime, terrorism, money laundering, tax evasion. All these things can happen. Okay, and crypto mania is there. People are investing in huge things, and later like a bubble, it will burst. Okay, in 2008 when financial crisis happened, also the world recession, it is like that only. People are going on investing in something, and then it is like a bubble. It grew, and finally that bubble will burst, and then everything will be gone. People will be all under crisis, world will be under crisis. Okay, so crypto will be threatening the state's macroeconomic role also, because now if you see, the state, the government is in charge of issuing the currency, the money, the transaction, the monetary policy, everything is now central control. So if crypto comes, then people will not even care what government is doing. They will deal everything in crypto. Okay, so that is a very problematic thing. But on the other hand, crypto is a very technical thing. Okay, it's a technology new era kind of thing. Okay, so if government avoids it, then it will be like having a bad image, like we are tech unfriendly kind of people. Okay, so government don't want that image also. So now government is confused. Okay, so in this dilemma they are caught up, and so it proposes that cryptocurrency be banned but crypto assets be legalized. Okay, meaning currency, whatever the new things are being issued, that all you ban it, and the assets, okay, the underlying whatever already is there with people, and what is the technology, the blockchain technology, the asset, what is there, the behind thing, that and all you should be legalizing and strongly regulating. And so in Indian government also has a plan for a central bank digital currency. Okay, the central government's legal digital currency, but then the whole purpose will go away, because idea of cryptocurrency is that it is not controlled by the government. But if you government itself launch a cryptocurrency, then what is the point of it? So that is why it is a confused state. So that thing round and round in the article the author has told. Okay, hope it's clear. So these were the 3 articles for today, and please contact us in this WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, everywhere we are there, and I'll be personally replying to you. And subscribe to both the channels, Vysh IAS and Vysh Courses. I'll come up with tomorrow's episode, which will be more interesting, hopefully, and hoping to see your message. Thank you and have a nice day.